Hello, everyone. Today I wanted to raise a few points for discussion about the ways that musical performers can emotionally engage with the music that they are performing. I think that there are some really effective ways that musicians can do this, but I surprisingly haven't really heard many other people talking about this. And at least in my opinion, emotional engagement is a really important part of musical performance. And so I wanted to share some ideas and techniques with you about the ways that performers can become sincerely, emotionally vulnerable, and receptive to the music that is being played. I think one of the most effective ways to do this is to get in touch with the feeling of your heart center in your chest area. This is where you feel emotions. You can close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and try to see how your heart center feels. You can imagine it's almost like when someone says, "Shh, listen." And then for a few seconds after someone says that, your mind goes blank and all your attention is on your ear listening for the sound. Imagine it's like that. Someone says, "Shh, listen," but you're listening to your heart. You're trying to feel, what is your heart saying? How does it feel there? Quiet down the mind, bring your attention here. Open it up, feel it, and just listen and see what's there. So if you practice doing this regularly, then you'll become more attuned with your feelings, and it's like your emotional self is opened up more, and you're very aware of your emotions, and you'll be sincerely engaging with your emotions much more clearly. And if you do this while you're playing a piece of music, then you'll genuinely become strongly emotionally engaged with the feeling of the music you're playing. And I think this will impact the way that you perform it, and also the way that other people will listen to the music and experience it in the audience. For me personally, there have been times when I've been really tuned into my heart center while playing guitar, and I was getting like goosebumps and shivers down my spine quite often, and even a few times I've succeeded in bringing myself to tears just while I was practicing a piece of music. So this makes a real significant difference in the way that the music is performed and shared with the audience. And if the performance is emotionally powerful, then I think this is a very good thing, and it makes the performance a successful and meaningful experience for everyone. Another thing that you can do is to come up with either some images or a little story, or maybe just a few key words that you think really resonate with the music. And this way, when you're about to perform a piece, you can close your eyes and spend a few seconds reciting words or conjuring up images in your mind and feeling your heart center. And you start to get yourself into the proper emotional space before you even begin your performance. You can also think of these things while you're performing. If you get distracted or you're nervous and you aren't really feeling the music anymore. So for instance, if a piece is slow and sad, I might just recite the word somber inside my head a few times, or imagine something like a barren tree with the dark night sky behind it. And while I'm trying, the whole time I'm trying to bring awareness into my heart center and feel the word somber and feel the image of the barren tree in the night sky. It's like somber, 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 somber. It's like, okay, now I'm in the mood. I'm in the zone. I'm ready to go, ready to play the piece. So, of course, all this is easier said than done, and it's something I still, have to work on myself. Typically performers get really nervous about performing. I certainly get really nervous about performing. And the main thing we worry about is about the technical execution of the piece. Classical music is generally quite complex and difficult to play, so we worry like, oh no, I might buzz a bunch of notes in that really difficult passage, or maybe we're afraid of having a memory slip or something like that. And so we think that technical precision is the number one priority, and as a result, we might kind of sideline our emotional engagement with the piece. And of course, it is important to have enough technical proficiency to play a piece, but if the emotions aren't engaged, then the piece is really missing something that I think is crucially important. So for myself, I've tried to change my values a little bit and tell myself that emotional engagement is the number one priority in musical performance. And I make reminders to myself, I'll say things like, if the music isn't emotionally effective, then the performance isn't effective. And I think I'm gradually learning that doing this is okay, and even when I engage my heart while performing, the technique still comes out okay too. It takes a lot of courage to do this. So you have to be patient with yourself, and you have to remember that vulnerable emotional engagement is something you have to practice and develop gradually over time. So I think I'll wrap things up here. I hope this was at least a little bit helpful or inspiring in some way. I hope you'll give these things a try and see if it helps with your musical performances. If any of you have any tips or things you like to do in order to emotionally connect with your music, I would love to hear from you. So please leave a comment and join the discussion. Let me know what you think. All right, thanks for tuning in. I wish you all the best.